Where?
He's so cheeky, ain't he, Jake? He's already promoted his Discord. So, Danny, you use Danny Online basically because you don't want to be called Potato. Okay, 100,000 legit subscribers and a good amount of views to sub ratio. So, like, give or take 10k, 20k views of podcast to 100k subs ratio. Before 2023, and I'll do a face reveal on Twitter.
Some guy named StampyLongNose came into my chat.
Alright lads, welcome back to the Inside Minecraft podcast, the podcast regarding everything inside Minecraft. I'm InsideMC, and today we are joined again with JakesYT MCP. How are you today, Zeus?
What? I'm doing good, Orbit. How are you?
I'm doing decent, thank you. Especially because today we have another guest. Last week we didn't have a guest on because it was the Hive update podcast, which we haven't recorded yet, but that's not the point. But today we have a guest. Do you want to announce this very amazing guest, Jakester?
Yep, so today we have the one and only DannyIsDahBomb.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, Danny.
Yeah. Hello.
I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
Also a huge fan.
Yeah, I'm honored.
Thank you for that one time you gave me a Lamborghini for killing someone in Skywars.
You weren't supposed to tell them that.
Sorry. Yeah. I thought
don't tell them about the other car that's on the way.
Oh, is that video not out yet?
No.
Oh,
that's next year.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, because I get called. You know, people like to say I'm Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast likes to plan his videos about 7 years in advance. I'm like 9 years in advance. So that comes out like 3 years from now.
Us. You said it, not us. All right.
I had to get it out there before people comment it.
Oh my God, it's Mr. Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny, welcome to the podcast. I hope you're having a good day.
It has been a busy day, but we're here. They don't know why. But
making all the money.
I haven't made anything today, technically, but that's fine.
It's investments. You're investing in a brighter future, Danny.
Yes,
cool.
Exactly.
So, do you want to introduce yourself? Other than introducing yourself as Mr. Beast of the Hive, you actually want to introduce yourself to everyone who might not know who you are?
Okay, so if you don't know who I am, I make content that basically has to do with competitions or some sort of challenge type aspect. A lot of my videos require POVs. You'll have seen the two people that are hosting and plenty of my content if you've seen it. So I like to base my content around bringing people in to attempt certain things or just kind of, at this point in time, competition type stuff. I also have done a lot of stuff that has to do with, let's say, tips or how to improve on things or stuff like that. This will be out after the arcade, but you may see some sort of video that has to do with, me bringing in people or bringing in someone that's good at a certain arcade aspect and talking to them, trying to learn from them. So that's the kind of stuff that you can expect from me.
So for context about this is coming out after the arcade, we're recording this on the same week that the arcade is releasing, but it's coming out after because we want to get ahead with podcasts. But yeah, didn't Jake have a chance to win $500 off of you, Danny, but then he threw it away?
He did.
It wasn't my fault. I wouldn't say it's my fault. It's got bad RNG.
I don't remember it that much, but he did, yes.
You had the chance to win on bingo, didn't you, Jake? And you're just not very good at bingo.
I mean, I spent like half an hour in Skywars because people wouldn't die.
Why didn't you just change?
I think I don't really remember that much about it because I kind of threw it out of my mind because I lost money. However, I think I remember trying to make it close, even though Jake did fall a little behind on Skywars.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I got my video of the one before. It's fine.
There you go. You did. It worked out.
That was a win-win for everyone. So
except for me.
Exactly.
Everyone except me.
Well, no, because you got a little bit of promotion, right, from Jake's video, and then you got 2 videos out of it also. So,
I got recommended in that, so that works, yeah.
Exactly, and you helped someone who, may or may not have needed the money because you're such a generous person. DannyIsDahBomb.
Sure.
And
speaking of that, I did do the stream I did where I raised all the money and donated off to a bunch of the smaller creators, so.
Have you got a video for that? Because I saw you did the stream. I'm not sure if you made a
video. I did not,
that.
but I sent all the screenshots in my Discord, for example. I had to donate to GM. Why? You can't not donate to GM.
Exactly.
But just to shout out some other creators that I did donate to, for anyone who knows who they are. I am totally not stalling as I try to find where.
He's so cheeky, isn't he, Jake? He's already promoted his Discord. We're like 4 or 5 minutes into the podcast.
I didn't plan on it.
He's already promoted he does anything he can. Instead of promoting his YouTube channel, all he does is promote his Discord. I'm not linking it below. I'm not linking it below, Daddy. You don't get a link below, alright?
To be fair, and everything is found through Discord, so it's kind of...
Join Jake and I's Discord. Go to our main channels, and you can find our Discords linked to our main channels.
Link in the description.
I'll remember it while editing.
He's not gonna remember it.
No, one of us will. Whoever edits this, I don't know.
You're not gonna remember it.
Yeah, so I donated to Rival Nolan. I donated to Ponty Boy. Donated to... I said some guy. I don't remember, and it was, I said some Ben guy. It was sarcastic, but I forgot his exact name, but Ben something. Yes, that's it. Yeah. Donated to Oracat, donated to Turbo Piggy, of course. You weren't live.
I could have went live. You should have just messaged me.
If you went live, I would have. And I did GM19. So those are...
Well, you donated to Turbo Piggy.
I gifted him a few subs.
Streamers.
He's a small Twitch streamer overall. He's got like 40 viewers or so at this point in time.
That's still more than me.
Well, you haven't been streaming.
But yeah, so
he doesn't stream.
I streamed the other day. I did stream. I streamed.
Well, I just looked for people at the time that I could donate to and went with it.
Fair enough. So that's you in a nutshell, pretty much. You make content, you give away money, and you make money while doing it. Not sure if it's a profit or not. None of our business either way. But that is your rotation of life, aka the Mr. Beast. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Right, we'll move into the first topic. We'll move into the first topic. So Danny.
Yes.
That's your real name, right?
Yes.
Why? And I don't mean why you called Danny. I mean, why do you use your real name
Why were
online?
you called Danny?
And why did your parents name you Danny? What was... Why do you use your real name online? Like, because, I mean, Jake uses his as well. We've already talked about this before. I use an alias, Insane Orbits, of course. There's also like IE Potato Pie 25, all those kind of names. So why use?
Speaking of Potato Pie 25, just for some reason, I always felt like this is nothing against Potato Pie. I don't know if he'll hear this, but I was like, think about like, well, Potato Pie. He like think about everyone on a day-to-day basis like calling you Potato. I'm just like, not that it's a problem with it. It's just like for me. I was like, do I want people to call me just like by an online thing, or do I just kind of go by what's natural to me? And then people can kind of just call me by my name, and it's not anything of major adjustment or all that kind of stuff. Oh, I hit my microphone. Hopefully didn't hear that.
I mean, we didn't hear it, but now that you said it, we know it happened. So,
well, there's no proof. I could have been lying.
Could have been lying, yeah. So Danny, you use Danny online basically because you don't want to be called Potato.
Oh, well, nah, I wouldn't put it that way.
Well,
that was just
the
an
way
example.
You said it. Well, why Potato Pie? You could have said anybody.
Well, I wouldn't want to be called Evident either. I wouldn't want to be called, Turbo Piggy. And they're fine, but wow. Well, I wouldn't want to be called Jake.
Wow. Okay.
Well, not that it's a problem, but I wouldn't want. So it's just kind of was the Potato Pie is gonna hate me after this. I'm gonna get an angry DM, but it just kind of was. It felt natural to have people kind of call me by my name in a sense.
So what about InsideDahBomb part? Where did that come from?
That came,
Your name
that came from middle school. Okay. So that came from middle school. I had 2 friends in middle school, online friends. I was homeschooled in middle school. Fun fact. So I didn't go. Yeah, I didn't have any. Just through middle school, not like through all my life, but just
you didn't have any friends, basically.
Yeah, so I didn't have any people in middle. When I talk about middle school, I talk about like I was connected to people through sports or through youth events or camps or stuff like that. But these people I met online, I actually met both. I met the one in 5th grade through. So for people that don't know, I guess that's your 6th year of school.
How old are you? In 5th grade?
About 10, 11.
So that would be
11 probably.
That'd be year 6, yeah. So primary school, yeah.
Exactly. Before you move on to secondary
school, yeah.
Yeah. So at that point, I met my one friend, and I spoke to him I talk to him usually after I do my school stuff, get online. That's how I connected with a lot of people through Xbox. So that's what I did at the time. Then he brought one of his friends, one of his real life friends in. And then all three of us at some point, I don't remember how long, maybe it was after middle school, maybe it was like 9th grade. But we all, for some reason, on Java, actually, his name is Jay. He made his name DannyIsDahBomb. I don't know why I did that, but he did.
Oh, I can
and
see
then it got to a point where we're all just like, why don't we all just do it? And then
The clan.
yeah,
So it's a
we
clan.
did
It's a Minecraft clan.
a very in-depth Minecraft clan with tons of people, obviously.
Pros,
So
like Danny's the bomb.
Yeah,
DannyIsDahBomb owns a Minecraft clan. That's a free highlight. Already set up this early into the podcast. Thank you, Danny.
Yeah, so if you want to join the clan, it will be $5 a month. No,
You gotta become a channel member.
yes. Good
Join
point.
the Discord.
And that, so yeah, so we ended up doing that, and I kind of just stuck with it. Originally, for people that don't know, I did have the sea lion profile picture that I just had because I like sea lions, and I got to 10K with a sea lion profile picture.
That's not a problem.
And yeah, and then after that, I was like, this doesn't feel professional. Someone made my profile picture art in my Discord server, took that, and now I still probably will change it at some point to something else. I don't know what. Another thing, if you guys want to try and make a profile picture for me or just make something for me, I like things. This is totally off topic. I like things that aren't crazy realistic, that somewhat cartoony vibe, but the hair should be red because everyone makes it brown. Okay, I have red hair. We've all seen it.
You're ginger, aren't you?
Yes.
He's ginger.
So
Why is it
why
not
do
Danny
people
is
do
the
that?
ginger?
I don't know.
Most people don't know what you look like, so everyone just like
But
I have
surely
brown hair,
someone's-
but people
My-
assume I have
my-
brown
yeah,
hair.
yeah.
Made fan art after
Yeah.
he showed his face. After he showed his face, right?
My face has been out there for a while. People haven't known about it. In the thing that we've kept on promoting, I've just had
Oh,
a
the
pin.
Discord. If you join his Discord, you can see what he looks like. Same way you can see what Jake looks like if you join his Discord.
And you can't see what you look like if you join your
'cause
Discord.
Nobody knows what I look. Well, actually, no, people do know
Yeah.
what I look like. But
Yeah,
I know
so-
what you look like. I'm gonna leak.
So I like 100. If this podcast hits
10K
100
likes,
subs,
and we'll leak Orbit's
If
space.
this podcast gets 100,000 subscribers before 2023, I'll do a face reveal. How's that sound?
Ooh.
Oh, actually?
Yeah, I'll do
Oh,
it. Screw it. If it actually gets
Oh!
100,000
Sub.
No, okay. 100, okay, 100,000 legit subscribers and a good amount of views to sub ratio. So, like, give or take 10K, 20K views of podcast to 100K subs ratio before 2023, and I'll do a face reveal on Twitter. No joke.
Okay.
Oh,
There you go. I'm being dead serious. I've said
Clip
it
it.
here.
Clip it.
No way have we just gotten 2 highlights like 15 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah, you have.
Okay, and that's a hook as well. Perfect. Do you know what it is? Oh yeah, sorry, go on,
Yeah.
Danny. My bad.
However, before we move on to continue my point, if I would be open to change for people that
Oh
like
my
art, I
God.
would be open to changing my profile picture, and I do want something, so why not promote it? But yeah.
What I
So
was gonna say is most people probably do it brown because your current profile picture on YouTube is like brown hair. So people probably just assume because that's brown hair means that you have brown hair. If that makes sense.
it's red-ish, a little bit. It's reddish.
If you want to find out what color it is, you can join his Discord.
It's reddish brown. It's reddish brown.
It's ginger,
no,
it's
bleep
ginger.
it.
Just bleep it. Every time we say Discord, I'm just gonna bleep it. From now on.
No,
Nah.
no.
Okay, so I guess on that kind of topic of like your profile picture and like I guess your profile picture coming to be like moving from the sea lion. How
Yeah.
did you get your channel off the ground? Because right now you're getting. Well, we're gonna talk about your newest video a little bit later on.
Let's
in the podcast.
not talk about that. Let's
We're
not
gonna talk about your
that.
newest video a little bit later on in the podcast. We're not gonna
Let's
touch on that
not-
right now. We're going to, but I want to talk
It's
about
not
how
even
like,
that. It's not even that bad. Like,
exactly.
Okay, it is like
No, Danny, you can
13K
wait, okay?
under.
Danny, we
Yeah, but
will
Danny-
get into it a little bit in the
Danny, it's just because it's general Minecraft, and some people on Hive don't like that. But you gotta, if you wanna go big, you gotta go general Minecraft. That's how it works.
I was gonna say, well, like, Jake, that's future topic. Okay.
What?
Um.
I hate that.
So
Okay, fine.
I guess how did you get your channel off the ground then? Like, how did you get to where you are now, kind of thing? Because it's not easy. I mean, I'm struggling right now. I have 36K odd subscribers, and my last 2 videos haven't even hit 2K by the time this podcast is being recorded. So, what is what happened. If you've got like a thing, 'cause everyone has their story, right? So what's yours?
I guess mine was, kind of jumping on a trend at one point. Not like a huge trend, like I was making Hive content, but my first video that ever quote unquote hit the algorithm was a video about the fire sword when they made the change to the
Damn.
fire
What was
sword.
it called?
That's actually same. That's, I mean, not the change, but
I don't remember the exact title. It was, I can find it. Let's procrastinate. Hello. I don't know what to talk about. I'll find it in a second.
You do know I could just like, if you needed me to, I
Oh,
could
yeah,
just cut
yeah.
this part out, right?
Yeah. Okay, so it was called this update. Yeah, the
I'm
video
keeping
that was.
in now, but that's not the point.
Oh no!
Yes,
The
I'm
video
saying it.
was called this update. Maybe it wasn't at the time, but it was called like this update changes Hive Skywars forever, and then Fire
yeah, I
Sword.
see it.
Oh, it definitely
So-
wasn't called that at the time. I don't know.
It wasn't. It
That
wasn't.
so wasn't called that at the time.
But it was something to do with the Fire Sword.
Okay.
And that video got me to like 12K at one point, and that was like the first. And then after that video, I kind of never lost it.
You
I
kinda
did
just
hit
cut
a
the views.
Yeah, I did kind of hit a peak, you could say, around 10K views, and it was a point where 10K views on a video I was solid with for a little while. That was when I was kind of doing
10K.
Yeah.
Only 10K.
That was the same.
That, if it hit 10K,
views
I
again.
was solid with it. It wasn't like that's what it needed to hit. If it was below 10K, it was bad.
Oh wow.
Because you have
now
like
I'm-
a lot of... Oh yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah. So this one that was back then, and this one's below 10K. This most recent one. So
We're getting on to it later, Danny.
Okay,
We will talk about
okay,
it later on in
okay.
the podcast, okay? So people
Okay.
can wait. But looking at your channel now, you have like a lot of videos that are like how you have the winners game of Hive Scouts for $100, how to use even Hive Treasure Wars, can't win Hive Scouts, try this, winners game of Treasure Wars. They're all either tip videos or I will give you money if you do this kind of videos that are getting a lot of views. No, but it's true. Other than like the egg location, we're not going to count that because they're free views.
That's-
Even my channel gets free views on that. But like,
yeah, I've quit those.
have
I
you
decided to
actually?
quit those. Yeah, I decided to stop doing them.
I will move into that market then. Thank you. So, no, but like, I guess like you found your trend of content that does well. Is that one of the things that helped you kind of blow up by finding this niche that works for your channel kind of thing?
That was all later on. For a while, it was mainly just I don't know. I don't really know how I kind of got there. When I look back, there was a turning point in my content. Before that, I made kind of rambly content where I would just kind of take a topic that was somewhat interesting and kind of ramble about it.
So what I do
And
now, pretty much.
I'm a rambler in real life. I just ramble about
okay.
things.
Yeah, I got you.
So there was a kind of shift where so I made the kind of content kind of like that Fire Sword video for about until the Sonic update. So I had some random tip videos thrown in there that did well. I had a lot of like one that comes to mind is like, I had a kind of series where it was like hacking on the Hive, and I would talk about hacking, and the topic would be hacking. And that was kind of a clickbaity type thing, but
Yeah.
that was, back then. But this kind of videos like that, where I try to pick something intriguing and do that. And then the shift came after the Sonic update, where I threw during the Sonic update.
Yeah, I
And
saw that actually. 'Cause I
then-
remember you talking about it.
Yeah. I've decided to make the shift to really step up my editing at that point. And I still made videos where I upped the editing, but it was kind of like that. So it was sort of following the update trend. The first one I made was like one of those generic like things, updates that you forgot about type of thing, where I was doing that before it became the 1 minute trend. Then I got to look back at it exactly, but I was doing that. I had one that was based off the new maps, but I was putting the quality into it. And then that's where I started to really do well, because I actually found a channel. I highly suggest it if you don't know what it is. It's called Film Booth. I assume everyone here knows what it is.
Is that
But
the
I found-
one that you
Heard of
linked
it?
to me about like deleting my
Yeah,
photos with?
that-
Yeah,
that-
I talked about that in my command
Oh,
block video. That's the one I
yes,
talked
yeah.
about, Jake,
That
yeah.
channel helped me so much. That channel actually inspired me to make the change. And after those two videos where I did that kind of thing, I went into the can't win Skywars, try this type of thing, because I learned that from there. That one did well. Then I did the want to fix your PvP mistakes. Then I went into then after that, I kind of had that was a really high period of high content where a lot of things were hitting.
Mhm.
After that, I kind of fell a little bit and I had a bit of a harder time, and it lasted for a little while. And then I had to figure out how to adapt again, and I adapted with my more recent stuff. And yeah, now I'm here. So I went from the kind of tip type videos, how to do all this stuff. Then I transitioned into the money type videos. And then now the money type videos aren't really doing as well. I'm transitioning into more.
Can you beat Minecraft with nothing type videos?
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm moving off of it. I'm moving off that. I can leak. My next video will probably be out by then. The next one I'm doing is the parkour one, where I took the Galaxite parkour, and I'm going to have.
Yeah, I said that on Potato Stream. Like, why has no one been doing any like parkour content? Because you know that's like great content for.
Well,
yeah, so that's what I'm doing. It's gonna be probably along the lines of, you know, I made YouTubers beat or try or Minecraft's hardest parkour.
How do you get multiple people into a parkour, by the way? Because I saw it on Potato Pie stream.
It's just a party. It's literally just a party.
Oh, I just yelled at streamers to do it, and you know, I got, you know, Pata as a mobile player to kind of get that aspect. I got you know, I'm gonna get GM because GM is GM. You need GM.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I don't know how well it's gonna do. The 2 videos before that, so the mobile one and the.
Just don't put Galaxite in the title, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, that's just gonna be Minecraft parkour.
Beat this Minecraft parkour for $1,000.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Who's the fastest Minecraft player? Something like that.
Yeah. So my intro hook is gonna do with the triple Neo and all that kind of stuff.
Because I was building a parkour, but I never got really around to finishing it. I will finish it at one point, but I was gonna make a video about it. But you know, I'd be like long down the line when the hype is gone. So
yeah. So that's that's kind of where I'm going to next. So I'm not really jumping back into the based on the last video type of thing for a little while. I'm kind of going on to. That was a big risk that I expected to not do as well, but did a lot worse than I thought.
I also took a big risk, but I think I'm going to continue with it because I feel like I'm in it for the long run rather than.
I guess while we're on that topic. Oh yeah, sorry, Karen Jake.
Yeah, before we officially move on to this, what other things had to do with the kind of how I built my channel type of thing?
Well, we were going to talk about your past, but that's also in another section, so there's like a lot more to it. I just kind of wanted to like know, like, you on your own thing, how did you like build your channel? That was really all for that section, unless you have anything else to say for it.
Other than if you're talking about actually YouTube, how to build a channel stuff.
Yeah, we'll get to that later on. That's like one of the topics.
Yeah.
What was you saying, Jake? Because your speedrunning video, you're gonna stick to that kind of idea for content.
I think so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to general Minecraft, like unique stuff though, like because I don't want to just do what everyone else is doing. That's not my style. It doesn't work for me.
Exactly.
Just, you know, unique, engaging, and like that video might have through, but that video has gotten me so many opportunities for work, which is great. Like so many people have seen it, and it's gotten me a lot of connections and stuff like that, which is cool. But yeah,
mine hasn't. I mean, mine's been terrible.
Danny, we'll get onto it later on in the video.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to ask this next thing, Jake? Because I've been asking a lot of questions about the thing that comes after. What I wrote down. You got the thing up. He doesn't even have the thing up. DannyIsDahBomb. So you see this guy?
Wait, are we doing the next like?
No, we're still on the same topic, but there's like there's just above the the talk about his that one, and the first paragraph.
I mean, we kind of talked about that. We not?
Did we?
Already. We kind of like touched on it.
Yeah, but we don't know why.
Okay, Danny.
Yeah.
Why do you give away so much money?
Or why do you like to?
Yeah, why do you like to? Like, because not a lot of people like giving away money. People are like money enjoyers.
Actually, I did tip someone £3 today. Something cost £2 and I gave them a £5 note, so you know.
Okay.
Well, obviously, it's a sense of I can't give away more than I make because I have to be able to make something to put away for stuff.
Yeah, same. I make one.
However, it's fulfilling. Where it's more fulfilling giving things than receiving things in general in life.
Is it?
Well, I think so in a more deeper view of things. Like obviously I need to make money and all the donations I get or allow me to do what I do. If I wasn't for that off ad revenue alone, I wouldn't be able to. However, being able to reach, give to other people and give people up opportunities. Half of it, I do have to say, is to entice people to partake in it.
Right.
If there was no financial benefit, less people would be interested.
Yeah, and it would be as unique as well. Yeah.
So I would obviously make money, like save money. There are some things like the mobile video I did where I didn't have to spend any money on it, and I was still able to get a good video.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a matter of half of it is I like being able to do something nice for people and support people, and the other half of it is another just way of making it enticing. So it's half and half.
It is also good for content as well. Like
yeah,
I was meant to say it about earlier as well, when you said about doing a stream to raise money to like donate to smaller streamers. You also did want to donate to Team C's for my tournament as well, which I was very thankful for as well.
I did do that.
Yeah, so you've done a lot. You've done a lot, like, of because my tournament's all charity based. Because I don't know, it's not easier that way. Causes less arguments, you know, because the charity's the winner. And if you get angry over charity winning, that's bad, you know. So
yeah,
you know, it's easy that way. But yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. If that's what you like to do, then that's just what you're interested in doing. I respect it.
well, obviously, I could be in a position where I would be making more money if I streamed every day or did all these things. I'd be able to do more, but I have to balance, you know, being happy and making money. You know, can't just do it all.
I guess that kind of answers the question of why you host so many tournaments and challenges then as well, right?
I just enjoy. I've always been a competitive person. Like when I first came into Hive and I had like 20 or 30 viewers, I used to do tournament stuff.
What sports did you play? Sorry, I know this is really off topic, but you said you played sports earlier.
Yeah. So
actually, that's not really off topic.
When I can't, it builds my competitive nature. When I was really young, my dad kind of was like, sign me up for everything type of thing. So he signed me up for like, we'll say soccer, which you're not gonna like, but you know,
football.
Yeah, that basketball and baseball. And
like basketball.
I stuck with football. Yeah, I stuck with that probably to about a little bit through middle school. That was the one I was least dedicated to. I did basketball through like all the way through middle school or through secondary. And before I got into what is high school still secondary?
How old are you in high school?
High school are your final 4 years of school.
Secondary, we leave secondary school at the age of 16.
Okay, so it would be like
18.
It would be like 14 to 18 in that ballpark, depending on how old you were. Like I graduated, I was 14 to 17. I graduated at 17, but through, you know, so before the 14 to 17 mark, I did basketball. And then after that, in my final years, so in the high school for you would be the final 2 years of secondary and college, I did baseball. I did baseball from when I was 5, but I played on my high school baseball team.
I said who leaves secondary school at 18, Jake?
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, for A level.
No, that's sixth form.
Well, for me, it'd be leaving college.
It's secondary school.
Leaving your
must
college.
Be different in Northern Ireland then.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
It's called the same thing.
Yeah, so that's what I did.
Sixth form is just a year, but yeah.
Okay, this is about DannyIsDahBomb, Jake, right? So baseball. So you're a big baseball fan then?
Yes.
Oh, fair play. I didn't know. See, we're learning a lot about you, DannyIsDahBomb. That's why I think it's great that you're on the podcast.
You are learning.
So I guess moving on.
Yes.
Into the next kind of section. Let's talk about your past. So we touched on a little bit about like old or how you grew on a thing.
How far past are you talking about?
So we got a few topics here. I'll ask the first one. Jake can ask the second one.
I know where this is going.
So firstly, So the first one is not what you expect. How did you get into the Hive community? You talked about like your OG Hive content, but actually, how did you get into making Hive content?
I played Hive on Java before it was on Bedrock. Very not consistently, but that's very little. Yeah, I played it a little bit. I liked things. Think of it? I wasn't that, you know, I was kind of like that casual type player where I would play things like, I guess, block party or things like the dropper game or things like that. I was never really like a Sky Wars person. I like to play Mineplex Hunger Games a lot, or survival games, whatever that was. I played that a lot, so I did have some sense of PvP. I was never a huge PvP person, which is still kind of, I've improved a lot.
Yep.
But I was always on Xbox anyway. Like I started recording Hive on Xbox anyway, so I'm still fairly new to the whole keyboard and mouse thing.
8
overall.
tips to win in Death Run, Hive Challenge, stock up small.
Oh, don't go back to that. Those are gross.
Oh no, because it's great. Because I have some questions about them. Some that I forgot to write.
I thought you were going back to like, you know, Stampy stuff.
Oh, go on, Jake.
Oh,
perfect.
Okay.
Thank you, DannyIsDahBomb.
Speaking of Stampy, Danny, we know you've been. We know you've worked for Stampy in the past.
You used to be a sea lion.
Well, I wouldn't say worked for. I'd say worked
with.
Yeah,
so,
done stuff with.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
So the first video I ever made, I started off Minecraft. I loved recreating stuff, and it was at a point in my life where it was later on, and I wasn't, I liked recreating Stampy's world, but I wasn't because I was desperate to know what was going to happen with William Beaver. It was just because I like recreating, and he was someone I watched, so I decided to kind of go along with that. And I followed the dude who made tutorials on it, but eventually he stopped, and I was like, I don't know how to do this anymore. But I was like, what if I just try it on my own? And I kind of took it off from there. And I was like, well, I guess I can do this. So I ended up recreating. I'm an insane detail freak. So if you saw the world I recreated, every piece
Stampy's lovelier world house update.
His every torch and piece of tall grass would be up to date. That's how freakish I was.
Jeez.
What?
So I did that, and I started making videos on that. I found someone with like 200 subscribers, and I ended up recording with him.
The whole world, or like, because they cut
pausing,
right?
Just pausing a bunch of times.
Do they not cut a lot though? Like,
no, everything he does is uncut.
Oh,
there's still a lot of stuff that you don't see, but I'll get into
like far away. Like, how would you like remember that?
Wait until he gets closer, I guess.
I don't even know. It's just trying to look through everything and get the angles.
So you're a massive StampyLongNose world fanboy.
Well, not at this point in my life, but at that point, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'll kind of get into that to a point. So I continued on with that, and then it got to a point where I was trying to evolve my content past just tutorial, or the content I was doing with the person. So we decided to make this thing called the Improved Stampy's World at the time. And so basically taking an aspect of it and improving it. It was something I did on stream when I had about 10 viewers or so. It was fun. I enjoyed, taking what his outdated stuff and trying to improve it and make him better. And after a bunch of times of doing that, eventually I was streaming it, and some guy named StampyLongNose came into my chat. And I had 10 people. And he was like, I was like, wait a second, is this real? And I checked, and I saw, like, I guess 8 or 9 million subscribers at the time. And I was like, oh.
Screaming and throwing up.
I actually didn't start screaming. I was like, oh, hi. Hello. And he's like, this world is like really cool. He proceeded to link it on his Twitter. I went up to like 70 viewers, which at the time was like, oh my gosh. I was at 10. I didn't know how to handle it. And then he said, hey, can I come join it? So he joined an Xbox party, and he came into the world and he looked around at the kind of stuff we did. I had like a smaller team of people, but I was always there because I owned the world. And from that point, I actually hit 1,000 subscribers with StampyLongNose on the old channel. On my current channel, I eventually moved on from that one and started my own because it was with someone. But
what is the old channel?
The name has changed, so you're not gonna find it.
What's the name?
Yeah, not gonna get into it.
What's the name?
No.
Okay.
However, he was there I was talking to him, but I had 1,000 subscribers for the first time with the other person. So that was pretty surreal. And that point, he was like, I don't remember. It was still called the Improved thing at that time. And he's like, if you finish this or finish what we're doing, I'll tour it. I'll tour it on my channel or something. So I was like, oh, in like 3 weeks, we like worked like tons of hours. Like if you know his kind of town area, we basically went through and did like 8 of those a day or so, working on those and just trying to get it done. And eventually it was hard to schedule with him because the way I contacted him is at that point, he followed me on Twitter and all that stuff. So he still does to this day. And I had him added on Discord at this point. That was later on stuff. But we ended up scheduling a time for him to tour, and he called it the Lovelier World. And then from that point on, that kind of happened, and a million people saw that. And I met a lot of people that I still know today, which is cool. Even though overall it didn't really do much for my channel, because we got up to like 3K subscribers from that, which you'd expect a lot more if someone like with 10 million shouted you out. But yeah.
So what's then in the end then?
Yeah, I guess a lot of his audience didn't, he literally, his download link in the description went directly to my video. And I got like 20K views on that. And that's less than I could get on my own now from him. So yeah, so that kind of is how all that came to be. And then it got to a point where I was doing that and Hive content. And then when I was building a bigger Hive audience, it just got awkward. My most successful thing was it was called Build the Lovelier Funland, where I was improving the Funland. He's the one that called it Lovelier, like I said, so we just rolled with it. And I just eventually stopped it. He did do like a final tour in 2021, but at that point, it just got awkward when my Hive audience was growing bigger, and they were like, "What is this?" So then I officially converted.
So Stampy's still continuing his world, right?
Yeah.
No,
it's still the same world. That's mad.
Well, he's continuing, but I'm not. He is.
What
I'm
character did you
surprised
play
it's still
again?
working.
Wait, what was that? Sorry.
What character were you again?
I never played a character. He just toured my. I know who the characters were, but
Oh, I could have sworn you played a character.
no, I just spoke to him a few times. I did get to go into his world itself for recreating purposes,
Oh.
which honestly most people would be their dream, but for me, since I recreated all of it, it didn't feel that special. It was just cool to get like things that you wouldn't be able to see otherwise.
Oh,
I took a
always
bunch of
thought
notes
it
and stuff.
was- I always
Yeah.
thought you were like acted as one of the people. So that's
No, I
why
didn't.
I'd be wrong. Because that's like a whole
Yeah.
piece of information.
My experience with him is recording with him and him being, getting to see how he makes his thumbnail and all this stuff, which isn't that elaborate. It's just like, how he does it and all this stuff.
Just like a screenshot of him.
It is. It is, but like he puts like the glowstone behind the character and he's like makes him move exactly how he wants it, and yeah.
So I guess on that kind of topic, so you said you've always been a big fan of sea lions, and your whole kind of thing on DannyIsDahBomb was sea lions to 10k, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So how comes your old skin used to be a dog?
I did that. That is kind of embarrassing at this point. I was like, oh well, that's kind of but I just kind of had that. I always used that skin with the original thing, and then I was like, I don't feel comfortable with this. Let's change it, and then I changed it to the skin I made. I have now. It's pretty basic. A lot of people always want to do upgraded shading, but I made it in middle school, and I was proud of it at the time. So it's had some changes and stuff, and some improved stuff. But everyone always wants to like shade the sweatshirt and stuff. But I'm like, I've kind of it's something I did back then, and I kind of just like that it was from me. So
You've dabbed in a few thumbnails as well. Hive challenges, no looting SG, and it's just like a picture of you dabbing.
That was the trend I did at the time, and I thought it was good, but it wasn't. However, this is totally back on the sea lion context. I was at my best friend's house this last week, and we were doing painting stuff, and I now have with me a watercolor picture of sea lions, and I like it a lot.
That's pretty sick.
It is cool.
I have a canvas
Very
of flannel
talented
on my wall. I showed it in my sponsorship segment.
Yeah, so that's kind of that is that.
Nice promo, Orbit. Nice promo.
No, I remade it. I remade it.
Can I real quick join my?
Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you, Danny.
Discord.
I guess now that we've talked about your past, Jake, what should we do now?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about
his future.
Speaking of, this is just a totally off topic thing again. Using that knowing Stampy thing is a great highlight. Using something to do with that.
It might be, but we can only use 2 highlights. So we have to figure something out.
Oh, true.
You can't?
Yeah, we restrict ourselves to 2 highlights so it doesn't get overwhelmed.
I'd say the Stampy highlight is a significant highlight because people are gonna be like, wait, what?
DannyIsDahBomb
owns StampyLongNose.
Yeah, I would probably do that one, and how to figure out the other ones. Maybe like the face reveal one. I mean, but that could be the face reveal. The face reveal one could be the face reveal one could be the intro.
Honestly, the face reveal I might even just make main channel. I'm gonna make it main channel because it's easy content. Like I will face reveal for this. I don't know. Anyway, it's cool. So yeah, your future, Jake. More talking, please.
What do you mean? Yeah, like what is the future of your channel, DannyIsDahBomb? Like, you've got the challenges, you've got the awesome general Minecraft that's absolutely popping off right now.
Which you'll get into.
Okay.
What can we expect from you?
I guess a lot of people, when people think, if people had to guess, it would be like, oh, he'll make a bunch of like Hive arcade type things. And honestly, I'm not even really dying to do that.
I don't see me doing it either.
All I can see is streaming it and probably having people like yourselves compete in some sort of like bridge type thing.
Wait, know how like 5 tips to win Hive Bridge.
This is a thing I just did. I don't know if it's gonna happen, and this is some behind the scenes information. I sent it. I didn't get a response. I don't know if it was seen or not, but I sent a DM to Wembu. I was like, "Yo, is there a way I can contact Cheetah because he's bridge guy on Java?"
Can I keep this in, or is this cut out? Being cut out?
By the point it's out, it's not a big deal.
Oh, okay, so I can keep it.
But I wanna have Cheetah train me for the Hive Bridge.
See, I've always been scared to do that. I'm like ask content creators to contact other content.
I'll probably DM him on Twitter. I don't know how. Maybe Ignacio might know how to contact him.
I mean, do you want to contact Stampy for us since we're asking creators to contact other creators?
He's so difficult to contact.
But you have him on Discord. You have him on Discord.
Yeah,
I have Squid on Discord.
Or you can get
you probably can relate to how difficult he is to contact.
Oh no, he's difficult. Yeah.
They're both the same.
Oh,
I
okay.
got like month replies. It's great.
Wasn't Wembu the anime dude? The one that you have the anime the ego in your thumbnail? I never
Yes.
thought you'd stoop that low, Danny is the bomb. I
I
never
had
thought
to
you'd
go with
stoop
his
that
style.
low.
I needed his viewers to recognize it.
I just didn't expect that, you know. Anyway, so the future of your channel, yeah, what is Danny is the Bomb's like 2022? Behold, 2024.
Ideally, I still want to do more competing type stuff, kind of along the lines of like the mobile. No.
Okay.
More money? More money?
Eventually, since I am doing the thing that we talked about before the podcast, I don't have to get into on here. I would like to be able to get if I'm able to succeed in that, get a permanent editor.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would want to do that.
I wouldn't mind. You know, I'm good at subtitling.
I do want to get that at some point. It would be really nice, so I can. Yeah. However, that's probably my next big goal is I really want to get a permanent editor or have things because it just takes so much time for me.
Right.
Yeah, we need a permanent editor for the podcast.
Yeah. However, my game plan is to just kind of, I guess, in a sense, take the potato pie approach, but in a sense of not Minecraft Bedrock, but just things that are something that's current, but have it in a sense of competing type sense. For example, like the mobile player type thing. I have the parkour thing I'm going to do. I can leak another idea that, oh wait, maybe, I don't know if this one is going to be done, but I want to, I'll just say one thing. I want to do a competition, a lot of just stuff like that. Just like having things, you know how like everyone jumped on like the icy bridge.
Oh yeah.
Having some sort of like icy bridge competition. Hopefully I'll do that before this comes out. I want to do
like Loki dying out though, so you might want to be quick with it.
Just stuff like that. Like kind of take things that are current or take things that people care about that aren't Hive, but are things that kind of make content on things like Hive and stuff like that, but that don't have anything to do with Hive.
So you don't have to be on
Hive
content now.
I've kind of been off that for a while. Yeah, you know, like I don't think of Hive Bridge or Hive Arcade. I think of Bridge. I don't think of it as Hive Bridge. I don't think of it as Hive Arcade. I think of it as the Bridge. Minecraft Bridge Bedrock Edition, whatever.
But I mean, so, like, is it always going to be Hive content, like on Hive or?
Oh yeah,
branch out?
Well, I tried to, and it didn't really go to plan.
No, I mean, like, are you gonna make like more Hypixel content, or like maybe even some like?
But Danny,
it
doesn't
content.
take one video, Danny. You gotta stick with it. It doesn't just take one video. Come on.
I'm not a huge fan of. I don't dislike Java, but I wouldn't see myself on Java.
Okay, Minecraft Bedrock Survival is scuffed. I'm gonna be honest. It is scuffed.
It is. But I don't think anyone knew that from my video.
I'm gonna be dead honest here, Danny, and I feel really bad for saying, but I haven't watched that video yet.
That's fine.
No, maybe I just haven't got around.
I watched it.
How was it?
I have to edit 4 things this week.
I thought it was. I mean, I thought it was interesting. There was a lot of. It might have got a bit repetitive because the
ABD wasn't the problem. It actually still has an up arrow.
I mean, it might. I don't know. It might just be that it's too far fetched of a like. Maybe it's like a video idea you would see on like a million sub channel, like going from Hive to
it gives me existential vibes.
That was just something the reason I did it was that I did that honestly is I have a video I recorded before I went away that I'm still waiting for POVs for. So I wanted to do that. I can leak the people in that. I won't say what it is, but the people in it
am I involved in that video? I can't remember.
You were gonna be, but then I moved you to something else.
He's unreliable, so.
But the people that are in that are Ignacio, MJ, Nerd, and Ice.
Oh, is this
that's the one video? Yeah, so I moved you to another thing. That's why I did that. Yeah. So
I could have competed in that.
You could have, but
I could have, but I'm the best.
No, Orbits, you would have cried.
It's like Treadwell's free shop or something, you know.
No, Orbits, you would have cried.
They went. I'll just say I can just say this. People know about it because they've seen it from MJ's Discord. They went against the #1 Mystic Clan team.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Who's Mystic?
Yeah, it was a scrim Orbits. You would not have.
It wasn't actually all a scrim. It wasn't actually all a scrim. It was they did free shop. They did Skywars.
What's Mystic Clan? Yeah. What is that?
They did all of it.
Scrim Clan.
What, for Hive?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah. So do you recognize? Do you recognize? I don't know if you recognize any. Do you recognize? It was Delta.
I know all of them. I played with them before.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
No, it was.
But I'm looking forward to the video.
It was Delta,
Nikki.
Yeah.
Was Baka there? I think Baka was there.
I don't think so. It was
Who?
I'm drawing a blank. It was Delta, OKX Demon, and how am I forgetting the
Was MJ in the Scrim team, or was he in the YouTuber team? Because
he was on the YouTuber. He was the YouTuber team.
Oh, okay.
And the last person was, why am I drawing a blank? It's the dude I reached out to.
Well, while you think of that, no one take this badly, and this isn't this isn't me being egotistical or anything like that. I'm just saying that, like, I genuinely don't know any of these people, but I also don't know Hive scrims, if that makes sense. So like, guys, and me being like, oh, I'm too big for my boots, lol, I don't know you. It's not. It's like I just genuinely don't know who these people are, kind of thing.
Akin Slash is the last one.
Akin, right?
Akin.
Oh,
Again.
I've heard of that person. That's it. That's the only person I've heard of. In the nicest way possible. Huh? Fair enough.
So that's kind of a leak. I'm okay leaking that, because if the average, content creator gremlin that wants to steal ideas wants it, there's no way they're going to be able to contact all those people.
That would never happen, right?
I was planning on messaging MJ. What else is?
Okay,
so we're finally getting on to your newest video now. So I have it in writing here. We have it. Jake and I have it in writing here. Sorry, and it's in words. How did his recent video go, and will we see more like it? So how did it go, Danny?
Poorly. Yeah. So like Jake knows this. I was away, so I was like, "Hey, Jake, can you help me?" And Jake was like, "Well, I'm back now, so I could try to. I don't know what to do." So
yeah, I don't. I mean, it's like,
if you tell me what
similar idea, but like it's like there's not like,
if you tell me something I could do to do it, I'll do it after this. If you just tell me what to do.
So I made a video once. It's been deleted, and it's called "This Bow Beats Minecraft for You." And I made it. Well, it's actually Jester who made it, but I made it into a video. It was like video. Yeah, it was a bow. Like if you shoot it, it beats Minecraft for you.
It was just a command.
Another thing I don't understand is that the click-through rate is a check mark.
It could be the thumbnail. The thumbnail doesn't make much sense.
No,
I think it's the thumbnail. I think a thumbnail change could help it. It could just boost it.
It makes no sense. The thumbnail makes no sense.
I don't think it's a thumbnail. I think it's just.
No, I think why have you got like?
I want to try a thumbnail change because the AVD is not bad.
You've got nothing being pointed into nothing. What's the point? That is the one.
Yeah. I don't know. I made that like before my flight. My flight was the morning before. I made that at like 1 a.m.
I mean, so are we gonna see more like it? Or...
So what was that?
Are we gonna see more like it?
Probably not.
But trust the process.
That broad. Probably not that broad, but
maybe I may make one. Maybe I might make this Bow Beats Minecraft for you. Maybe I'll just re-upload the video I already made. You know?
No.
I think my #1 game plan is change that thumbnail. So I guess you guys will know if the thumbnail change worked.
Oh my god!
It's currently at 6.8K as of 9 days, which is not good.
10 days. 10 days ago.
All right. Well, whatever. And
wow.
You guys will see. You guys will see. By the time you see this, if the thumbnail changed help.
This is inside Minecraft lore. Inside Minecraft podcast lore. But yeah.
I could talk about analytics for an entire podcast.
Well, funny enough, let's get into the next section. Let's talk about CCC. So for anyone who doesn't, as you know, Danny, it's your Discord server. Do you want to explain what
I thought you were going to say CTR and I got...
Oh, no. You can hold off on that for a second. So can you talk a bit about CCC?
Okay, so basically, this is not a diss either. There was a content creator server. It was called Hive Famous Chat. That was kind of all of just a bunch of random content creators.
It was friends. It was a friend Discord.
Yeah, but I always wanted
companion Discord.
I always wanted to make something that had to do with people something that was useful, something that people could come to and be like, I need help with this thumbnail. I need help with, this title. I need that. And that they could just get, quickly get advice from everyone around them and just opinions from other creators. So I made basically an attempt at that server, but more serious and less a friend server. And it's gone through its stages. It's had its up and downs, but at this point it is, it's successfully every day. People will post their stuff and kind of get advice and opinions off of it. And it's been able to make a lot of connections. For example, someone like the plushie with a Y. No one knew who he was, and I found him randomly before he had YouTube rank, and I added him, and now everyone knows who he is. So it's been able to build a lot of connections through stuff like that, which is something I like. So on the topic of people that want to get into it, which is I assume what is then people are going to ask after hearing about it, because I'd say it has helped a lot of people.
How do I get in, DannyIsDahBomb?
So the way to get in is basically people of the server request to or suggest people to get in. Or if someone who's watching this wants to get in, you can ask someone who you know is a content creator, or you can ask someone who even reach out to someone like myself or someone and see, or just someone that you know is in it, if you have a way to contact them. Which there are a lot of content creators that not necessarily like the biggest, for example, Potato Pie, Evident, people like them are going to be hard to get to, but there's a lot of smaller creators that are in it that you can reach out to and ask them to suggest you for it. And the people who are in the server will look at your content, see if you're dedicated, see if you care about content creation and want to grow. And if they see that and see the effort, you will get in.
you'll be pencil vote and everybody will say no.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends. I think a lot of people want a lot of people in, want a lot of their friends in, but I think like the voting system like has to be like tailored to if they would actually fit in and actually use the server.
Well, that's why it goes to, in quotation marks, the Supreme Court once they get voted in, right? To see if they actually get voted in.
Supreme Court.
Right? No, that's what it was called. That's what people named it. It goes to like a hierarchy vote.
To be fair, everyone had a problem with the fact that the vote was public. The reason I always kept it at like the 90% approval rate is if it was like 80%, then like you would have had at least like 30 people that would have been like, why is this person here? So I kept it at 90%. So then the majority of the server was okay with that person being there. And if the heavy majority is okay with it, then that's good. However, that didn't work out, as we got a ton of people that would just vote no or vote yes, and it just made it very difficult. So I was like, we need to make this vote more private. And I didn't want people to feel like, oh my gosh, only the administrators have power. So I picked a few people that are regular server members as well to be part of it. And
now so
that's where the Supreme Court came from. It was to make it fair. I wanted the community, the other people in it, to have a say, so it didn't feel like, chaotic.
So this is a Twitter question, and it was like one of the only Twitter questions. I mean, we had like 4 replies. One of them was like, cool. Another one was asking why is the bomb. We've actually kind of answered that. No, they asked, are you really the bomb? But whatever. So this is a Twitter question from Ryhart, aka Cryhart. You've probably heard of them.
Oh, yes. That guy.
Yeah, oh yeah, I had some experience. For anyone that was at Potato Pie stream, he was the one that was giving terrible advice on how to do a triple neo.
Yeah, no, he was also the one on my Twitch stream that was telling me and my whole chat that apparently my room had like fully changed colors. And he fully believed that like my room had completely changed from a stream ago.
He just
nothing happened.
Okay.
But so he asks, at the time, what was the full process of starting the content creator Discord server?
Kind of the same as the thing earlier. Is I wanted a place that people could really, all the Hive famous chat, which isn't a problem. It wasn't the sole purpose of it. It was just kind of like people posting memes and random stuff like that. It wasn't really about success. It wasn't about people trying to find success as much. It was just people who, and it wasn't like taken as seriously by the people who ran it because it was more of a fun server. It wasn't like, I noticed things like a lot of the sub count roles were out of date, or the people, weren't really invited often.
Yeah, it was originally a tournament hosted by Yellowfish.
Yeah, it was originally a tournament server, yeah.
And then I sort of just built it up, and like it kind of worked at the start, and then more people joined, and it just became a big friend group, and no one actually helped each other. So yeah.
So that was the thought. That was the reason of making it, is to actually, in reality, as a content creator, it's something I struggled with. Is I always thought I had like a selfish kind of view on things, where it was like, if I'm not succeeding and others are, like, it was like, oh, I didn't like it per se. And when I first came up, and I kind of realized as I went on that like the more others succeed around you, the more obviously you're gonna learn and grow the community, but you're also gonna directly get recommended through them. So as I learned that, I really built upon wanting to help the people that kind of just don't know what to do, because you that's how anything in life you don't know how to do once you start, and you need people that know what they're doing to kind of coach you through it. So
fair enough. So it's kind of just a community to come together and help each other out, even because I've seen so many occasions where smaller creators have even helped out larger creators.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little community. I guess on that topic, why are you so involved in the community, like with smaller creators? Because I know you said you had a selfish view on things, so you have technically already answered that.
That was long
But like
time
with
ago.
the smaller creators, like how comes you're so involved, like with small, like with the like raising money for smaller creators and stuff like that? Like you obviously give a crap, but like, and I'm not saying I don't give a crap, and Jake's probably doesn't, but that's not the point. It's like why do you
Wow.
care? Why do you care so much about these smaller creators getting like in a Discord server like this?
Firing line.
I
Sorry,
think
Jake,
it's
you're
a
the co-host.
sense. I think it's a sense of that. You know, everyone was once there, and everyone knows what it feels like to be there.
No, I was never there.
Well, yeah, you were never there.
I
But
remember
everyone kind of knows what that feels like, and I know how important it is and how good it would be for me to have that. When I first came up, I barely knew anyone. Like, I kind of grew with Evident in a sense. Like, I met Evident when he just before his million view video hit 3K.
Just before his what video? Sorry, you liked it a little bit. For me.
You know the million view
Whoa.
million.
Oh yeah.
Million, you know the
$1 million trapping video.
Whatever it was, 1,000 IQ traps.
$1,000.
I remember I met him before that video hit just before that video, or maybe a week or about before that video hit 3K, and his other videos hit 1K. So like that's when he met Hive YouTube rank requirement. So that's when I met him at roughly that point, and I recorded with him and had a video with him at that point. But so I kind of grew with him in a sense, but that was a long time after my content creation journey. So I wanted other creators to kind of feel that. For example, for anyone, I assume now a bunch of people know Super. Evident and myself found Super when like no bigger creators knew. So we came into his chat at one point, like both of us, and we were just in a VC, and we came into Super's chat, and
Awesome.
I think we ended up joining his like Discord and his call or whatever when he was, and look at where he's gotten to today. So
I think
just surrounding yourself with successful people helps you succeed.
that's the saying, though, isn't it? Like
Obviously, if you're new to things or have 50 subscribers, obviously it's a start, so it's not a shame. You can't necessarily surround yourself around people who have 50,000 if you have 50. However, you can surround yourself around people who have 200 or people who have 300 or things like that. People that work with people and kind of grow with them until you can get to a point where it's not about sub count. It's not about
attitude.
It's not about view count either. If bigger creators are going to notice you, it's about the quality of what you put out. So if you can,
don't matter, the videos do.
If a bigger creator like myself or anyone in this part of this podcast sees your video and you have 200 subs, but you can see the heart and effort you put into that video, we'll take note of it. So
it's
and
like
your viewers will too.
So it would have been last week from when this podcast is coming out. So last Friday. Sorry, so this podcast is out on the 17th. The Friday before this, we were announcing. I can say their name to you now, Danny, because you probably don't know who they are, but they would have been announced already. Someone called Weepy. They're like a Java SMP content creator, but they're like 10K subs and they're getting a crap ton of views. And they contacted us about the podcast. I was like, well, their channel looks good. Watch their videos. Okay. I enjoyed us. It's like, yeah, they want to be on the podcast. We're down, and Jake agreed to him. It's like, yeah. So we announced them last Friday. We would have recorded the podcast. Hopefully the Monday that this is coming out, because it's all a bit scuffed the schedule at the moment because they're kind of getting ahead of podcasts. But so yeah, I guess that like what you're saying there, like we like it. So with your boy Action, I contacted your boy Action. His podcast is next week from when this one's coming out. Sadly Jake couldn't be on that one, so it's just me and Action on that one. But it got extremely lucky by getting him on the podcast. But he saw it and he was like, yeah, I like Jake and Orbits. Like he saw our channels, he saw the podcast, thought it was quite good, so he wanted to come on it, kind of thing. It's like it's not about how many views you have, it's not about how many subscribers you have. It's about your attitude towards making content creation, And
Definitely.
I think that's what it's like. I guess do you agree with that, Danny?
I agree. I think it's about effort more than if you
potential.
If you make a good video, you know what it is. It doesn't have to, a good video in the beginning. You don't have to spend 40 hours or spend that amount of time that people people will take on a video. More than 40 hours on a video.
On my videos, yeah.
But you don't have to do that to have a successful video. You don't spend that much time. But if you, every time you make sure that you know the video is the best that you can be for that stage in your life, then that's what you can be proud of. But if you're watching this and you're struggling to get views or struggling to get past where you are, you really have to take a step back and think, am I really putting my everything into this?
Just watch the YouTube algorithm podcast that we did with Potato Pie 25. That's how you can improve and get more views. Because DannyIsDahBomb definitely watched that one.
And Film Booth.
No, just our podcast.
And join the Discord. My Discord in particular.
I've just bleeped everything you said. DannyIsDahBomb, everything you said. I'm gonna talk over you, go in mine, and just no. I don't edit the podcast to make it look any different than it is. All of this is like raw, pretty much. We cut out some parts, obviously. If you said anything.
So you can't cut out the part about my Discord.
No, I can't. No, it's gotta be raw.
Can't. It's 100% raw.
Yeah, so, but I mean, obviously we cut parts like breathing and stuff like that. This will stay in because the genius is natural. But yeah, so do you see great potential from the Hive community then, Danny?
I think. Do you mean the content creators or the Hive as a whole?
We'll slap it in two parts. Do the Hive and then do the content creators.
As the Hive, it depends on how well the arcade's received.
Well, we don't know that yet, do we? Because it comes out this week. So yeah.
We have no idea. I think the majority of the, because as much as what matters to the Hive is a lot of the casual player base, because that's the biggest majority. But what matters to the content creators, I think, in my opinion, is the sweat type community. People like, for example, people like Crane and Nerd for Bird and Who's Place, people like them enjoying making, because they're the people that make that kind of content. Those community of players are the players that I think we've lost. That we kind of need to stay. That they are a huge portion of the YouTube community. Not the people that come on and play murder mystery aren't. They're not gonna really about the YouTubers.
Murder mystery content.
But you know, Plushy has amazed me with the way he succeeded with that. But people, the casual murder mystery players are not going to care really about YouTubers. So I think what's going to matter is how well the bridge retains players, and hopefully whatever the other secret game is, probably a non-PvP game, hopefully that can retain people as well. And that will be that. As a matter of fact, for content creators, or as a matter of whether they can have potential, I think it's a matter of anyone has potential if they're willing to really be willing to put in the work. Obviously, some people like Evident just have the natural personality that people are drawn to. He just has the personality for YouTube. I think Crane has the personality for YouTube. You're just drawn to him as a person, as just two examples. For other people, I guess if I use myself as an example, I wouldn't say I have the same drawn to personality they have, but I've put in a lot of work and effort to kind of get to where I am.
And you so can see that as well by the content. That's very much shown. Yeah, so
anyone can get there. Some people will be like Dreams, or like where you have Dream and there's just some natural quality about Dream that you just like him. Like obviously there's people that don't like Dream, but for the majority of people, they're just like there's something about him that you like. I don't
never
know
watched the Dream video, by the way. Like I like the guy who watched a few streams. I've never watched a Manhunt video.
No, you've got to watch it.
No, I mean, it's just never appealed to me. It's just never appealed to me to watch that kind of content. I can't sit there for 40 minutes watching some dude get chased by other YouTubers.
There's an art to it.
It's the intense factor. It's so good.
I think Dream's crazy entertaining. I've watched clips of the manhunts and stuff. I could just never watch a manhunt. It's just maybe in the future, yeah. I'm not saying like no, never say never, but just as of right now, I've just never watched a video. Never watched a Dream video. Same way I've never logged on. Same way I've just. I mean, I might have by the time this podcast comes out. On both these things.
Can I add on?
I've never logged on.
Can I add on another topic?
Wait, really quickly. I just before you do that, just touch on this. Rubixel made a tweet recently from this podcast saying Hive content creators make Hive content popular and not updates. And Potato Pie replied to it always has been. Like I agree with Rubixel. It's true. Like definitely. Do you agree with that or no?
I half agree. I agree that content creators do so much for the server and keeping people around, but I also feel like that if the updates aren't to the standard of what people like, you need people the content creators can't do everything. You need quality for people to actually be interested. If people are interested from the server, the content creators are what can really retain the audience.
Yeah.
but in
yeah.
a sense of you need there to be quality there for people to, for people to stick around. However, the thing I wanted to talk about,
Is it going to be long? Because this podcast, I don't mind going for a bit longer if Jay doesn't, but we've been recording for an hour and 10 minutes so far.
Oh yeah, well,
I know,
if you need to cut portions out, that's fine.
No, yeah,
if you need
go
to
for it.
cut out segments, but I wanted to talk about the YouTube streaming versus Twitch streaming thing, because I don't know if you've talked about it with people who have converted to Twitch, but you've never really talked, maybe with Evident, but I'm someone that has experienced kind of both and kind of stuck with YouTube, so I want to kind of talk about that.
Okay, I guess, yeah, because we did have one more thing to talk about, but that was tips for YouTube. I guess we could always bring you back on for another podcast in the future to talk about YouTube tips,
I mean,
like we did with
YouTube.
I think that would be cool to get a few other, just get like a group of people to talk about algorithm stuff.
Okay, well, I'll give you a little bit of
you can write that down and just bring people.
I mean, Jake and I had an idea, which I'll explain to you after the podcast. I don't need the idea on podcast. But yeah, anyways, yeah, so we'll talk about the Twitch and YouTube debate. We can put this into one more section and then we'll see the podcast off.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know where to start with this, but what do you...
I guess what are your thoughts on the situation? Like
I guess
YouTube
why...
streamer, right?
Yeah. So I guess we'll start off with why do you guys do Twitch, and I can kind of talk about why I do YouTube.
I'm not trying to convince you to switch to YouTube. So I'm not going to make an argument out of it. I'm not like, I think YouTube streaming is definitely good. We've talked about this on like the Turbo Piggy podcast. I don't want to get too much into it because then it's like repetitive, like things. Yeah. Make sense.
Well, you know what you've talked about. So what can we talk about in a YouTube sense that I
guess just why, because I mean we've asked people why they do Twitch streaming instead of YouTube streaming. So why, I guess you do the talking here. Why do you do YouTube streaming instead of Twitch streaming?
I feel like it's a sense of choosing what's quote unquote more beneficial than what's more enjoyable.
Yeah, I think like YouTube streams they help a lot more with the algorithm, but honestly I don't think they can be as enjoyable as Twitch streams.
Exactly. I choose YouTube because I care about the sense of
DannyIsDahBomb only cares about views. He doesn't care about
not even views. It just keeps my channel
long-term
it
growth.
just keeps my channel from being something that's not active for 3 weeks as I'm working on a video.
Yep.
It's something that people kind of people can kind of come back for. It's just
extra content, but for Twitch, like you're there to you're there to enjoy yourself and like talk to chat and stuff like that.
I was thinking about that, like the reason I don't do Twitch. I was thinking about it the other day. Like I was watching some of the streams and I'm like, I wish that some of the Twitch community they know who I am, but they probably aren't dedicated to watching my streams on YouTube. So I was like, I wish I kind of built a little bit of a connection with the Twitch community. I might do a few streams on Twitch, but the thing about it is I don't like to do something in my life if I'm not going to go all in on it. I'm either all in or nothing. And I'm not all in on Twitch. And that's why I can't ever get myself to consistently stream on there.
Are you all in on YouTube?
Well, up to as a whole, yeah. I'm all into succeeding on YouTube. But I'm not all in on succeeding on Twitch. Succeeding on Twitch. So when I do a Twitch stream, it just feels like I'm not getting anywhere. When I gain new subscribers on a YouTube stream, I feel like, hey, this is someone that might be loyal and watch future videos and stuff. Where on Twitch, I feel like, yeah, it's someone that may come back to a Twitch stream, but it's not someone that is going to necessarily be loyal to my YouTube stuff, which is what I've been dedicated to growing.
Yeah, redirecting is the hard part on Twitch, but I mean, if you can do it, you can do it.
It's just also a much smaller audience of people that you can get to. I feel like it's, you can grow. Potato Pie has obviously grown to a large group of people on Twitch as a whole, but there's also, he's done so many streams and, for a long time and has put a lot of effort into it, where I feel like if he did that on YouTube, I can't even imagine how many people he could have brought in. He probably would have been 100K at this point. I feel like if he stuck with YouTube streaming as much as he did, he'd probably be at 100K by now.
I think it's just down to what you enjoy, though, because I do YouTube streaming.
It is. That's why I completely understand that you can't just go all out for what you like. He and him, Turbo Piggy, just love streaming on Twitch, so they're just doing that because they enjoy it, and you have to prioritize that to a bit. But for me, the community of Twitch does not outweigh the benefits from YouTube, in my opinion.
It depends on how you look at it. Like you said, you do it like you like the community, but you also do it more for the benefits.
To be fair, I don't do
YouTube stream every day. Like
I don't. Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't do YouTube for fun, for example.
Recently, Twitch are making a lot of like silly decisions. Like,
which will probably make
they're
me
planning
switch.
to, huh?
Which will probably make me switch. Like, I mean, I'm planning my next stream to hopefully be on YouTube.
People in the Hive community. I mean, I've heard of Potato and Orbits. I might do it as well. Are like have like thought of switching if Twitch like continue with these decisions. Like they're making for Twitch partners. They're like taking away their cut a lot. Same with affiliates. Like they're making way more ads. You know, they're just making all these silly decisions that don't need to be added. And honestly, like right now, like, or I would say like a couple months ago, I think like Twitch was like perfect. Like I didn't think there needed to be anything else added or removed. I think it was pretty much perfect. And now they're just adding more and more, and people are switching, and you know, YouTube's taking people, and like there's talk of YouTube becoming much better. You know, they've added redirects, which is similar to raids, which is always good. They've added gifted subs recently. You know, like there's potential in YouTube now. They just got to fix a few more things, and then yeah.
I'm actually just recently getting a stream thumbnail made for YouTube, which I can just use all the time. So I try to always get different thumbnails made, but because I unlisted streams, I thought I can just use the same thumbnail, so I'm getting one made, which will mean I'll stream on YouTube a lot more now. But it's not.
I feel like it would probably be better to come up with creative thumbnails each time. They don't have to be elaborate, but just I think the difference of someone like I think GM, for example, when he used to always just do Hive customs with you, even though he still kind of does that stuff, now he always has a twist to it, and I think that was a really big change for him. And why people really respect him, bigger content creators, is because he's doing CS and stuff, but he's adding something each time. However big or small it is, it's not the same thing. And a lot of people kind of just, you know, they enjoy streaming and they enjoy doing it with their community, but it's the same thing. And bigger content creators don't like that as much because they like seeing the effort into it and the variety to change it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I would get one made. It doesn't mean it's gonna be strict, but
yeah, I would try to find a way for it to always be creative. Like
I barely stream on YouTube, so it's kind of like not even needed that much. That makes sense. Like compared to like GM19, who streams like every single day.
I don't know if I'd be able to do that. I worry too much about streaming every single day and algorithm stuff.
Yeah,
that not being good for the algorithm. But
I mean, like I said, I'll talk to you a bit more about me and Jake will talk to you a bit more about it after the podcast. But we can always get you back on for an algorithm podcast, anyways, if you like.
That is a real future debate. I'm still not sure if streaming a bunch negatively or positively affects your channel. I doubt it could be negative because look at like Ludwig.
It depends if you stream, like if you're streaming Valorant but you make Minecraft content, then yes, it's a negative effect. But if you stream what you make, then like that's why I like Twitch so much. Like Turbo Picking can go live on Valorant, and if he drops a few viewers, it doesn't affect his Twitch.
It does, yeah. That's a good point.
That's what's nice about that. Anyway,
that's what I would use Twitch for, is for things that aren't, you know, Hive Skywars.
I like a bit of golf with friends every now and then. It kind of turns into stream after this podcast, like I might, you know.
I want to try marbles on Twitch. How do you do that?
You have to download marbles on Steam and then link your Twitch account. It's pretty fun, trust me. But
I'm gonna try that.
So, I mean, yeah, is that all you wanted to say about it, or is there a bit more to say, or like it was good hearing the take of someone who prefers streaming on YouTube, because I think we heard it a bit from Evident. I can't really remember because it was a while back. Yeah, but it's like nice hearing like someone who's strictly a YouTube streamer, pretty much. You stream on Twitch, but you're not a Twitch streamer. To hear that take, have you got anything else?
It's because of it's just the choosing the more of a long-term approach than the enjoyment approach. Not that I don't enjoy YouTube. I do. Like I don't care about the quote-unquote YouTube frogs. I don't care. I really don't. I'm cool with them.
Fair enough.
So, but my final thing is join my Discord.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I think that's a perfect way to wrap up the podcast. We've been recording for an hour and 20 minutes, so this is going to be very, very long to edit, but it is what it is.
You are welcome.
Thank you, Danny, for coming on the podcast today. I hope we covered a lot of interesting topics for the viewers, and hopefully some interesting topics for you to talk about as well, Danny. I hope you enjoyed talking about them.
Yes.
Your new video was amazing, by the way. I just want to say that.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah,
I hasn't even watched it, by the way. Hasn't even watched it.
Before we go, Danny, is there anything you'd like to promote, like your handles on different platforms?
Promote everything it needs.
Yeah, go on. You get 30 seconds. I'm counting from now.
Genuinely, if someone just joins the Discord, you'll find everything there. Everything's there. Everything. It's the greatest hub.
You got 20 seconds.
Oh my god.
Anything else? You want to promote anything else, Danny? You're coming up on 10 seconds left.
Make your grandma become a channel member.
Alright, lads, you know, I'm not even letting you get to the 30 seconds. Thank you all for watching. You've all been amazing. Thank you, Danny, for stopping by and coming on the podcast. Hopefully, we can get you back on for a future one to talk more algorithm, because I like those kind of podcasts. I'm sure, Jake, you enjoy making them as well. So, thank you, Jake, for being a co-host, and hopefully, you're here for a few more active ones. Yeah, well,
hopefully,
except for your boy Action Monks, that one was recorded in advance, so we'll let you off for that one. But hopefully, you stay active as a co-host. This has been the Inside Minecraft podcast. Thank you everybody for watching, and thank you guys once again for showing up. We'll see you all next week, or well, you'll see me next week. Have a good one, and peace.
Join the Discord.
Okay.
Oh.